The Minnesota Vikings are at odds of 42-1 to win Super Bowl 52. They're at odds of 16-1 to win the NFC, and at odds of 1.5-1 to win the NFC North. Their season win total for 2017 is set at 8.5 games. The Minnesota Vikings started the 2016 season with 5 straight wins. They seem like Super Bowl contenders with Sam Bradford at quarterback, in for the injured Teddy Bridgewater, who went down in a non-contact injury before the start of last season. However, a bye week in Week 6 sent the Vikings on a spiral they never recovered from, and they finished the season 8-8, along the way suffering a losing streak of 4 games. As a result, the Vikings missed the postseason while finishing 3rd in the NFC North. Head coach Mike Zimmer is entering his 4th season as head coach with a 26-22 record. Zimmer led the Vikings to 1 playoff appearance in 2015. The Vikings had limited expectations last season after their starting quarterback went down before the first game, but Bradford joined the team as a starting quarterback and helped lead the Vikings to 5 straight opening wins. The Vikings hope both quarterbacks remain healthy as the best-case scenario. Bridgewater is slowly getting back into football shape and may be able to make an impact for the Vikings offense. If not, Case Keenum will vie with Taylor Heinicke for the backup role. The offense scored 20.4 points per game last season, despite the loss of an injured Adrian Peterson who went to the New Orleans Saints. But the Vikings should have a solid running attack in 2017. Defensively, the Vikings gave up 19.2 points per game and finished with the 6th best scoring defense in the NFL. Third-year player Danielle Hunter led the Vikings with 12.5 sacks. More importantly, the Vikings continue to be loaded at the defensive end position for 2017. The Vikings lost a lot of talent during free agency. As stated earlier, the Vikings lost Adrian Peterson to the New Orleans Saints. However, the offense lost offensive tackle Matt Khalil to the Carolina Panthers, and they also lost guard Andre Smith to the Cincinnati Bengals. Wide receivers Cordarrelle Patterson and Charles Johnson found homes elsewhere. Meanwhile, running back Matt Asiata signed with the Detroit Lions for 1 year. Tight end Rhett Ellison signed a 4-year deal with the New York Giants, and that equates to a lot of offensive production from last season not there. Still, the Vikings needed an upgrade to make a strong case in the NFC North. Defensively, Captain Munnerlyn joined the Panthers on a 4-year, $17 million deal. Munnerlyn had started 9 games last season with the Vikings. The Vikings revamped the offensive line with a pair of tackles. Riley Reif and Mike Remmers each signed 5-year deals with the Vikings in the offseason. Bradford was sacked 37 times in 15 games. Therefore, the Vikings needed to upgrade the line this season. They also stole Latavius Murray away from the Oakland Raiders. Case Keenum signed a 1-year deal coming from the Los Angeles Rams. They also took a chance on wide receiver Michael Floyd after Floyd has had some legal troubles. The defense also added linebacker Tony Jones from the Green Bay Packers. The rest of the talent came in from the draft, where the Vikings selected 11 players, including running back Dalvin Cook in the 2nd round. Cook has the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and play every down for the Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings must figure out if Teddy Bridgewater will be a piece of their offensive puzzle in 2017. They also have to implement their offense to make all of the new players fit seamlessly. Cook should be a star in the making, but it's the passing game that the Vikings need to worry about heading into the fall. As long as the offensive line works, Bradford or Bridgewater should remain upright in the pocket. Otherwise, the offense will have problems without great production up front. The Vikings should be dominant on the defensive side of the ball once again. Their rookies will earn time, but it's the seasoned veterans along the defensive line that should set the tone for the season. Last year, the defense wore down, and the offense got worse after Turner left. With the offensive line still there and the lack of big playmakers, look for the Vikings to go under 8.5 wins, with a high of 8 wins possible this season.